Hey everybody, I'm Joe DeGanzik and you're on Smarter Home Life. It is Google, and nothing but Google on today's episode, so we will jump right into it. All of the news from their Made by Google announcement this morning. They announced several products and gave more details on one, the Google Home, which of course we were hoping that they would. But largely all of the products somehow had something to do with the Google Assistant, which they unveiled at Google I/O a few months ago. It is their version of Siri, Cortana, Alexa, or whatever you want to call it. And Google's version still does not actually have a name, and you will still trigger it by simply saying OK in the search engine's name. Anyways, the two surprise products I'll touch on briefly: Google Wi-Fi, little Wi-Fi routers, and that also act as extenders that you can place throughout your home to make sure all of your smart home devices and anything else also has really good coverage for Wi-Fi. And they also have Bluetooth built in, so I think they're going to be able to bridge the gap kind of between these devices that are kind of Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or both, and that's really good for the smarter home. In addition, for those of you into the video side and really high-res video, the Chromecast now has the Chromecast Ultra, which supports 4K video. So kind of some good news on the home theater and TV front. Those two things not quite available for pre-order. I'm assuming they're going to be out by the holidays, but now right now it's basically a sign up to be notified kind of thing. We'll put links to that in the show's description. Now, other than the Pixel phone, which was also largely anticipated and rumored, so the Pixel phone and the Google Home are the first two major products, hardware products from Google, to feature the Google Assistant built right in. And that's really important for stuff that I'll talk about in another minute. But all right, this Google Home thing, if you've been under a technology rock for the past couple months, they announced it at Google I/O, and now we get the rest of the details and so forth. So all right, first, what the heck is this thing? It's a smart speaker. It's the main competitor now to the Amazon Echo. It has something called high excursion audio on the front. It's got passive side speakers. It's got far field listening, with an array of microphones. It has a capacitive touch surface, so you can do gestures for volume control and tapping, pausing and playing your music. And anyhow, it's a device that has multiple interchangeable bases with colors. It kind of fits in the palm of your hand, but you're not going to be carrying it around your house because it does require power. So, pricing availability. Pricing $129 US only at this point. Pre-order today at Google's own store, at Walmart and Best Buy. Target coming soon. November 4th in retail stores and shipping. I have already pre-ordered it and it's coming early November. The colorful bases are $20 each. Not yet available, but you can look at them on the website, home.google.com. That's it for pricing and all that stuff. Let's just jump right into it. What can Google Home do? Or really, what can the Google Assistant do? Because it's going to be baked into so many different things, including the new Allo messaging app that was released recently. So, answers from Google, right? Google has all this information, the knowledge graph. They're starting with this massive treasure trove of information. So Google answers, the stuff that you're used to getting from Google or even OK Google at this point, Google Now and so forth. All of that information is going to be available. Things like adding things to your shopping list and your calendar and getting, an overview of your day with traffic information and weather and all the other stuff that you're used to getting from Google. You can get it through Google Home, the Google Assistant, through these various commands. It's going to be better the more information you give Google or the more accounts from third-party apps and services that you connect up. We'll talk about a little bit of that in a little bit. Other things that you can automate with the Google Home: music, video, media, whether it's to the Google Home from your device, from the cloud, or also telling the Google Home or the Assistant to send stuff to your Chromecast devices. Chromecast devices have been very popular. They're very inexpensive, whether it's for audio to kind of turn your existing sound system into a smart speaker system, or your existing dumb TV into a smart TV. They're really affordable, and people really love them. So now, more than ever, using your voice to send stuff to your TV or to multiple rooms for whole house audio, that's going to be really, really cool. All of these details are fully at the home.google.com website, so I'm just going to briefly run through them. So Chromecast devices, you can automate that stuff. Let's just get to home automation, of which they spent a very short amount of time on. Initial launch partners, Nest. We're assuming it's just the Nest products. SmartThings, Philips Hue, and IFTTT. Those first three are kind of the big names anyways at this point, so that's pretty good. IFTTT is a way to automate services and apps and smart home devices. But it's a little bit geeky and it's cloud-based and you have to make recipes, and so most consumers probably won't be into that, but it's a good stopgap measure until the other services start coming online. We'll talk about that in a minute. The Google Assistant can live obviously on Android devices and on the Google Home. If you have multiples of these throughout your home, it will pick the one that can hear you the best, and then the rest won't just start talking to you. It'll just be that one. And then if you want to, again, if it's going to be a command, send audio to all these devices, then obviously it's going to carry that out. But that's great that it's going to be contextually aware and listen correctly. And again, all these various microphones listening to you, whether that's really a good thing or bad thing for privacy, at least they're getting the technology of how they're going to listen to you correct. So the next thing is SDK stuff, and for all the things that have sort of been left out at this point. In December, they're opening up the availability to have third parties, apps and services and whatnot, come into the Google Assistant, which is going to be powering Google Home. And that means that other things such as other smart devices, Wink and Honeywell thermostats and LifeX bulbs and you name it, all of that other stuff can come on in. And apparently it's not going to require you to go find and hunt for skills and things like you do on the Amazon Echo. If it's there and you've configured it, it's just there, it's ready to run. So that's the way to do it, to be quite honest. Remember, these devices are just like the Google Home. There's nothing in it except the speaker technology and the hardware. It's not storing anything, it's getting everything from the cloud. So as time goes on and all these services get better and you connect more services to your Google account or put more stuff into your Google world, it's going to get better for you in terms of it's going to provide you better information, it can provide contextual information, and the experience will just be much, much richer. But that really gets me to the end of this episode, and really what is the bottom line. It is the race at this point. Everyone is racing to build these personal assistants and to make them perfect. Well, number one, they have to be perfect at getting you access to all the stuff that's in your life that you use. Maybe you don't use all the Google services, you use something outside of it. That's got to be connected. You have to be able to connect to that, and that's got to be part of your life. And by voice, it's got to be easy. We are not used to, as humans, making direct commands to our light bulbs, our thermostats, our switches, or any other electronic thing in general, except we're yelling at it and saying, damn it, why doesn't it work, right? So it's unusual, it's not natural for us to do that. So these services have to get better and better and better at understanding not just what we're saying, but how we're saying it, because everyone has a different way of saying things. Can you understand the person? Can you understand their request? Ideally, can you authenticate them to know that you want to, if you have a multifamily household, can you authenticate, dad versus mom versus the kids, and make the decisions for the appropriate information to come up based on that. We could talk about a lot about this stuff. We will in future episodes once we actually get the device in. We'll do comparison videos. We'll have a lot of fun with that stuff coming up. So that's it. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you get all of our different episodes on all the stuff around the smarter home. And if you'd like to support us directly on pre-ordering and buying these wonderful devices that obviously are not cheap, for us to continue on into the future, you can support us directly through our various shopping links or over at patreon.com/smarterhomelife. You can help out our monthly budget. $1 a month from a lot of people goes a long way. And otherwise, I'm Joe DeGanzik, reminding you to make your home a little smarter every single day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.